Hello and good morning. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and we're taking another step with you today. Of course, we need you to be part of everything we do today. So, Mike is showing you exactly what.
Yeah, what if that step is not like you're not moving forward? Like you know when we used to get
forward ever, backward never. Yes.
That's the inspiration from TITI. It's episode 519 today, and we are gradually counting down to the second anniversary of Wake Up Nigeria.
What that means is that we're able to do this Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
I am Mike Messikeno. You know how we do it, streaming live, tvcontinental.tv, that's our website.
Yes,
social media, Facebook, at TVC Connect. Sending comments, hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
You know, you can also download our mobile app. Now, if you don't have it already, it's not a problem. We're not judging you yet. All you have to do is just go to your Android Play Store or iOS Store. Download the app now, watch us and so many other great TVC shows from anywhere in the world.
Wow, it's Thursday, mid-month, right? Mid-month.
Yeah,
so we still have like
a few more days.
But it's going to happen next week. Next week, 2 years. 2 years so far. It's been a wonderful time, and let me tell you, forget everything we do here. You make it worth our while.
Very, very true.
It's all about you.
Now,
and then we move to our first musical performance. John Adeneye, fondly called Blue Note, to serenade the viewers with his saxophone.
we still have more music coming your way. Orwell Nyehovo is gonna be here. He's popularly known as Jazzy Jones, and he's gonna light up our stage with another amazing performance.
Adam Oyunas is the author of the book High School to Higher Institution, Kazim Olaonikbekun.
Yes, so very important book for those who are graduating. This is like graduation season right now. A lot of people graduating, kids graduating. Music. We have another performance for you. We have singer, songwriter, dancehall and Afro-pop singer Slipknot.
Sleepy. That's like, I love that song because Sleepy. Now, joining us to show us her amazing artworks is Amazing AK on Earth Display.
Look at that piece there. That's interesting. Okay, now
wonderful
I've
pieces.
not done a portrait of myself actually yet. I should do one. Now, on our final guest today, he is the tallest man in Nigeria, Afiz Agoro, the giant. Need we say more? Yeah.
Certainly proof that there's tall.
Yes.
And there's tall.
So there's tall, there's taller, there's tallest. You know, it's really interesting. The fact that I always felt too tall. I'm not that tall, but I felt too tall because
most of the people
apparently I
around
was one of the tallest in my family. So eventually I got taller than my mom and taller than my dad. And it was just really odd for me. And there was this thing that used to happen. I used to kind of bend
to meet up unconsciously.
Yeah, unconsciously. Until, you know, I started modeling where people used to train me to chest out and shoulders back and, you know. But it really actually affected me. I felt like I was too tall. I'm telling you now.
You know, when I found out that things like height, maybe even weight, money, a lot of things are relative. I went for this audition.
Okay.
You know, we used to audition like man, and then the guy goes, and they're asking for tall guys, and I just go, okay. And then there's the bar and all that, and then they're looking for 6'2".
Oh wow.
And I'm just a little below 6. In fact, 6 actually. And I just go there. And then the two guys, so the guys that haven't doing the audition, they are tall, and they look at me.
Like this
guy. The guy is very, very funny, very comical guy. He goes, you think you're tall, right? So that was like,
Yeah.
Like, you've been around too many short guys. That's why. So actually laughed like, okay. So, yeah, I know you feel you're tall, but nah, you've been around too many short guys. So it's the same thing. So when I had this story with somebody yesterday. I was talking about somebody. I said, see, where your money end, there's somebody money starts. So and no matter where you are, so I understand what she's saying. So
how tall is Mary?
With the
No, I can't be more than 5'10", 5'11".
no, you're more than 5'11". You should be almost 6.
Bit.
Yeah, you should be almost 6.
I really doubt it.
You know?
I don't know. Every time I go to the hospital, they never get me beyond 5'10", 5'11".
Okay.
So
I'm 5'8", right? But it's actually 5'8.5".
Okay.
So that's 0.5.
For female, what's the model?
So modeling is supposed to be between 5'8" and 5'9" minimum.
For ladies, right?
Minimum. So I always used to add the 0.5 so that, you know.
Yeah, and of course you have to wear high heels, right?
And then high heels and then high hair is also a strategy.
You're talking about height. For ladies, when you know, as a young lady or a young girl, when they talk about guys and you're thinking, my future man must be like, hitting the ceiling, 20 packs like Titi Love.
Oh, wow. No, I don't like 20.
Shiny dark skin.
6 is fine.
And then reality sets in when your heart decides that it wants what it wants.
True.
Then you don't get
your heart
what
can
you
want something, but does that something want your heart?
Wow. Okay.
That's another thing. So you can see the thing that your heart wants. Wow. But if that thing does not want your heart,
there's no
but when you think about it, Mike, would you date someone taller than you? A lady taller than you?
So
would you?
Okay, so I really think that stuff like that is not so important. But preferentially, I would want to be taller. I'd want to, I'd want to be able to hold that. That's just the only reason. So like maybe for walking down, I can,
protect.
So basically, chivalry and all of that. But really, it's not really an issue. Okay. I don't think it's an issue.
For some girls, though, at some point in life, you realize that you might not find anybody you can jump on. You just have to hold the person's hand and you guys walk together.
Hold my hand.
It's just that you have to get rid of all your heels if that happens.
True.
But we have to get to the news now. Ibrahim is on standby.
Hi, Ibrahim. Ibrahim is very tall.
Yeah, vertically challenged. You want to say the opposite way. I just wonder how the tallest wife or a wife who is taller than, what's it called? A wife to be who is taller than the husband, bride rather, so the groom. So who's going to be holding who? Is it the wife, the husband, down the aisle?
Is your wife taller than you?
I don't know. All right, straight ahead to the news. The Senate has confirmed the appointment of Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammed as the substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. This paves the way for him to be sworn in by President Muhammad Buhari. Tejesu Adeye has the story, but we warn that some scenes have flash photography.
It was a long day for federal lawmakers at Wednesday's plenary as Justice Tanko Mohammed was made to appear before the Senate to convince them on why he should be considered for appointment as a substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. After an extensive 2-hour-long grilling, he was able to win the hearts of senators and got his appointment confirmed. But it was not a walk in the park for the CJN. When it was time to speak, the new Chief Justice of Nigeria observed protocol and shared his profile. During the screening process, federal lawmakers questioned Justice Mohammed on various subjects relating to independence of the judiciary, financial autonomy, corruption, establishment of special courts for corruption trials, and respect for court rulings.
If you can share with us here, senators and indeed Nigerians, your vision and your thoughts for the Nigerian judiciary.
We cannot on our own, except when we put heads together with the legislature and with the executive, that we may be able to project the Nigerian judiciary to limelight.
I'm really worried. Where would this Supreme Court be situated? We would like to know from you.
It is something that requires technicality. And if I have any technicality, My technicality will only be limited to law.
Approve the confirmation of the nomination of Honorable Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad for appointment as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The new CJN had a job to do, which is to redeem the image of the judiciary and set a higher standard for the rule of law and justice dispensation. He also asked for stronger support from the executive and legislative arm of government. Justice Ibrahim Tanko, until his appointment, has been a justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria since 2007. Mohammed has been acting as the CJN since January 25th this year, following the suspension of former CJN Walter Onogen based on the order of the Code of Conduct Tribunal. TJ Suadeoye, TVC News, Abuja.
And President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives held talks with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa. At the end of the closed-door meeting, Ahmed Lawan told journalists that matters discussed were in the interest of Nigeria and to ensure the economy performs better. Femi Gbajabiamila spoke on the crises in the Edo and Bauchi State Houses of Assembly and the intervention of the National Assembly to uphold the rule of law.
The budget itself is normally prepared by civil servants, the permanent secretaries, superintendent, and the directors do the work most of the time. I believe that we are still on course, and I believe that both the executive and the legislature are on the same page on this. We all desire and are prepared and determined to ensure that we pass the budget by the first or second week of December, by the grace of God, provided it is presented to us in September, end of September.
One of the recommendations which I believe was approved by the House was for us to have a proper proclamation with date, venue, and time, which was missing in the first proclamation. And that's it goes without saying. And I think they have about a week to come up with a proper proclamation and proper election of the principal officers. And if in a week we do not, nothing changes, then perhaps at that point in time, the House and I believe the National Assembly as a whole will look at invoking the provisions of Section 11 of the Constitution.
Heads of African security and intelligence services are in Abuja for a conference on illicit financial outflows and its impact on security and development. The conference will see the head of Nigeria's National Intelligence Agency assume the leadership role of the 52-member committee. At the news conference, Executive Secretary of the Intelligence Committee says if terrorism financing can be curbed, activities of terror groups like Boko Haram would reduce. The news update for this hour, weather update, is next.
I think we should start with the Nation newspaper this morning.
Yeah.
It's an interesting headline. It says, CJN, corrupt judges must be dealt with like others. Muhammad seeks review of criminal laws. We know there are laws, all right, but those who are all out, what is there? The law is not adequate for them. They will go and spend 2 years and they will come out and go and enjoy their millions. That's his quote there. I don't know what direction to view that point from, though. It says here, EFCC hands over 4.5 billion naira edifice seized from ex-CDS Bade to Vaughan. It also says, government to begin cleanup of Lagos, Badagry, Oshodi, Abule Egba roads. Bureau to verify Makinde's 48 billion naira assets. Passports of 34 former Kwara officials seized. Police restrict protests in Abuja. NAF redeploys AOCs, others. And Buhari to herders, ignore quit order. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
All right, moving on to the Daily Sun newspaper now. Aftermath of order to herders to leave south. Buhari tells headsmen to ignore northern elders, says NEF has no authority to make pronouncements. And here, photo story, the king of the bronzes, as I like to call them, Super Eagles players and officials, after receiving their bronze medals, having defeated Tunisia in the third-place match in Cairo, Egypt last night. You know, there's a reason I call them king of bronzes. They've never lost the third-place match. Ex-commissioner battles at Ogun School over daughter's expulsion. Edo Assembly reps threaten to take over state's lawmaking. Shoyinka backs Obasanjo on insecurity alarm. Atiku versus Buhari tribunal orders INEC to give PDP result. Compilation sheets summons INEC chair. And finally, EFCC submits names on Kwara watch list to immigration. Alleges plots by people under investigation to obtain passports using false police reports. You see these stories and more in the Daily Sun newspaper today.
We also have The Guardian, and The Guardian says Southeast communities restrict land sale over Aruga. Ignore calls to return to North, Buhari tells herdsmen. Youth demand arrest, trial of Mieti Allah leaders. Reps order Obaseki to reconstitute Edo Assembly. Presidential Election Tribunal subpoenas Yakubu Zamfara Rek. And it also says ministerial list delay won't affect 2020 budget passage, says Lawan. Meanwhile, CJN Mohammed seeks stiffer penalties for corrupt leaders, explains conflicts in Supreme Court's verdicts, wants autonomy and others for judiciary. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
All right, the Vanguard newspaper now. Return to North call. Fury as Ohanaeze, Afenifere, other groups bash NEF. Nigeria sliding dangerously, and that's coming from Southern Middle Belt leaders. NEF's directive, thoughtless, shameful, coming from PANDEF. Buhari to Fulani headsmen, ignore NEF calls to leave south. And then protest on power issues right here. Members of civil society groups protest against non-availability of prepaid meters and crazy bills. This was at the Lagos State House of Assembly, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos yesterday. Moving on, Fasiranti's daughter to be buried July 22 as Yoruba group protests task Buhari on security. Oshiomole Obaseki Food reps declares 7th Edo House illegal, order fresh proclamation. And up here we have CJN at Senate confirmation says judiciary is corrupt, should be treated like other corrupt elements. And for banditry, APC Junaid Mohammed flay Obasanjo on open letter to Buhari. And finally, federal government spent 729 billion naira to service public debt in first quarter 2019. And that's coming from the NBS.
Okay, so that's all we have time for on the headlines in the papers for now. We have to go to a quick break, but we'll be back telling you about the traffic situation in Lagos.
Stay with us.
Let's take a look at the traffic situation in Lagos, in and around Lagos. I'll do something quite different today. Let's take a bird's eye view of a traffic map of Lagos, and let's start from the Agege Ogba region. Now, okay, so if you are around Agege and Ogba region, there's a road that I think it's a construction, of course, been happening right there now from what we can see there. That's, let's get the exact street now. That is Agumbiade Street. That is around Agege area. Now that street for long stretches, you might not want to, don't just go there because there's a blockage and you would have issues getting past there. Construction work. The street, of course, leads into Iju Road. And then, of course, Penn Cinema Police Post also leads into that street. Old Abiekuta Road leads into the street. Old Abiekuta Road on both sides. The street cuts across in between them, making a T-junction. So, yeah, just looking at the adjoining streets that you can use as alternative routes if you have to go past that particular area. Okay, and up until Neighborhood Discount Market, that's the point where the road closure stops. And then from there, normal activities resume on that particular road, moving into Ogunji Road, of course, getting into Akilo and all of that. So that particular area, if you can avoid it, please do. Let's look at Ogba area now. It's a Thursday morning, so basically quite a number of people have not left their houses yet due to the sanitation, rules that say that you should not open a store up until 10 o'clock, but then you're supposed to clean the store, so probably you should have left your house to go there early, but what normally happens is that the stores are closed. So there's not so much traffic. Ijai Road has traffic that is just in front of Agege Stadium, just in front of the stadium, and that is past the local government council offices annex. All right, that's of course the local government area is there. The local government secretariat, all of Agege, just around that region. So there is quite some traffic there on that road. And yeah, so that heads up into Ijaye. It frees up after the point. So when you get past the stadium, it frees up. Okay, so still on bird's eye view, let's take a look at the island. Ikeja is quite free. That's Toyin Street area, Bafamia Wolowo Road, Domino's Pizza, all around that area. Unity Road, Trinity Mall, just at under the bridge, where you have Computer Village. Of course, by that bridge, people having to use the roundabout definitely would encounter a little bit of traffic. But once you get past that bridge area, it's okay. Now, as though you're heading from on Obakran Road heading towards Computer Village, just before you climb the bridge, immediately past Obasa, that turn Obasa where you have the Fort Oil filling station. There's a bit of traffic there up until the bridge, and you know how it is there. There's a bad segment of the road around there. So at that particular point, it's like a bottleneck. Everybody's trying to get into that place. So hey, watch it out there. That point is, if you have an alternative route, you're going to enter into Obasa, even though Obasa also had some issues with the road and at times. But then at times, at this point, I cannot clearly say, I can't sit here to be sure if that place is freer, but immediately you get past Computer Village, the roundabout, just a little bit more up until Kodesho Street. That's one of the inroads into Computer Village. Past that point, it's free up until General Hospital, and then you can move anywhere you want from there. Heading towards Maryland, right? Heading towards Maryland, once you get past General Hospital, that roundabout there, of course, that's Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way. It's very tight, that place. Very tight. So that place past Nigerian Customs, that road past Nigerian Customs up until Sheraton. Yep, it's tight. It frees up around, let me get the exact point now where it frees up. Frees up just after Sheraton. Okay, just before Sheraton, it frees up. And then it's a free ride up until, it's free. It's free. Up until Lagos Country. Yeah, okay, so it's virtually free almost up until Maryland. By the time you're getting towards Maryland, at that mobile filling station, it gets tied up, heading into Ikorodu Road and all of that. Ikorodu Road, not so bad this morning, but like I said, Thursday morning, so hey, come on. You wouldn't expect so much traffic. All right, that's it. Bird's eye view traffic, that's what I call this one. Try to look at all the places, looking at all the routes, trying to pick out where you might have issues navigating your way around Lagos. All right, that's all we can take on traffic. Let's get to look at what we're talking about in What's Up and About.
Okay, so
there was actually an important traffic tweet I just wanted to take quickly. Apparently, there was a multiple breakdown, including a fully loaded tipper, car, and bus around the Unilag waterfront inward at Dekunle, affecting flow of traffic backwards Iyanoworo. Right now, recovery efforts are going on. This is via Follow Lasma. And so I thought that would be important for people to note.
Yes, that was actually what I was about to mention.
Really? You were about to share it?
It's just a coincidence that you were thinking
the same page. Please take care on the roads. We appreciate you for tuning in and, of course, sending in your messages when it comes to traffic updates. Mike is here now. And
no, I'm not.
I saw a post that Mike put up about this Face app thing yesterday. So this Face app thing, for people that are on social media, you've probably been noting celebrities all over the world looking a lot older than they should. So there's this app that apparently shows you a version of what the app assumes you will look like at a certain age. And Mike posted something. I wanted him to just go into that.
I know, you put something and people will not be arguing with you.
Yeah. So
it's not that serious now. It's actually not that serious. Don't worry.
But what he posted was that the app is supposedly Russian.
It is Russian.
Russian, right?
But then
I can't clarify. That's why I said supposedly. Russian. And I think the terms and conditions of the app means that they take ownership of those images and they can use those images for whatever they want. Meaning, if they decide to do an advert or a billboard with that image and make money from it, you can't hold them because you've agreed to the terms and conditions.
Oh, but I know the people too old. Max FM team.
Really?
Why?
So you know what happens? You know what happens when
you need to see what they did to me.
Hold up.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so this is me. My opinions here are basically mine. They do not represent the opinion of the station or any other person. But if you have the app on your phone, please delete it. I don't know what can be done. Please, now you gave the app permission to your camera roll and a number of other things.
Also pictures in your phone.
You didn't read the EULA, the End User License Agreement. You didn't read the terms and conditions, which many of us don't do anyways. And it also brings me third-party apps. Same thing on Facebook, where you want to play games. I want to play, and then somebody asks for your permission. Be very, except you really need that app. Don't give permission. So what happens is that apart from that, whatever advertising is even small. So if they see that you are on this and they use you, you can't say anything, you can't sue you, they'll make all the money with you. Advertising is small. But then there's a lot of other things that can be done with that. Your image, they've modified you, or they can put your face on somebody else. In a security camera somewhere. And you might not be found guilty, but the thing is that you're going to spend money
trying to defend yourself.
The point is that the minuses outweigh the pluses. A lot.
So if you're downloading that app and you put your picture in the app and it modifies your face, and that image is used on a fake passport, for instance.
There's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do.
We forget that when we click agree, we have agreed to terms and conditions. So many of us don't read it.
But there's another side to it.
Okay.
I was having a discussion yesterday with someone who said that it's just a ploy to take down something Russian by the Westerners. So because it's Russians that did it, anything Russians do is wrong. That's why they're trying to slam the app now, yada, yada, yada. It's just all propaganda because it's a Russian app. But the truth is, there's a term Russian hacker for a reason. You know, they are very good at what they do.
They are. I'm
just saying.
It was Trevor Noah and someone put a joke about it. When anybody goes up against the US will give sanctions. When in Russia, we have to ensure that whatever they're doing, we have to be very sure that we know the right. Yes, they are world power. They are on that level, man. So you don't try them. And Face App, by the way, Face App, this is not the first time we've come out. They've been there for over 10 years. And there's always controversy around them. I know you see movies. I don't know if you've seen Spider-Man, Far From Home. But yes, when it comes to military use, there are wide databases of almost everywhere.
Of pictures,
they have databases of people around the world. You can search and one way or the other, they can also sell your information. And you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, did you know there are actually
They can
so
sell your
many
information.
things really
And it
that we
also-
agree to online without thinking of the implications.
The
We just click I
You're
agree
right.
or yes.
You're
Yes, you have sold your soul literally
I
in some
remember watching a
cases.
show. Now, so these apps actually can be helpful as well.
True.
So there was this show I was watching where there was a particular girl that was kidnapped at age 3. She was kidnapped at age 3, and 6 years later, her parents were still looking for her. And so I don't know which agency used a particular facial enhancement application and aged the child.
That has actually been in use
And
for
they
a
actually
while.
found the girl.
Yeah.
But this is TV. But I'm just saying, this is TV, but I'm saying, if, for instance, there's an old friend you've been looking for a long time, and you have a picture of this person, you know, you could age and then you probably recognize this person's older self.
Well,
later
in
on.
reality,
I'm just saying.
it actually happens. Yeah, the police employ that to find people.
So you did yours,
But
yeah?
away from that,
I will
see, I
check
didn't
yours.
do mine, but Max FM did. And I'm still coming after those guys.
Please
This PR
don't do
team.
my own, no. I
They
did
did
not give
too.
you permission.
If you see me, I was looking like somebody that was...
Let's
part of
go
the-
see Mary.
The witches
at
of
Mary,
Oz.
Mary one.
No, I did not share it.
You know what? It's
We gotta
time
go.
for us to take a break. Let's wait for old age to come. Let's not rush it, people.
Yep.
We'll
Be back shortly.
Age gracefully and
Take it
quietly
easy.
and
We'll be back
peacefully.
soon.
All right, we've got a digital media expert, a young man, Joshua, in the house. It's great to have you, Joshua. You're welcome. All right, so we're talking digital tools for profitability. And let's get straight to it. A number of people think of making money online. And now, so first of all, when you say digital tools for profitability, what do we mean by digital tools first?
Okay, digital tools has to do with medias that are online that we can use for profitability away from the traditional media we know. And those media, they are very simple and most of them are free to use and guarantees profitability.
Okay, so let's go straight to it. What are the tools that are available for people to use to profit online?
Okay, I listed them in so many ways.
Yeah.
So I'll start from website.
Okay.
So as a small business, there are free tools you can use to build website and start your business. One of them is Wix. Wix is...
Yeah, I've seen a lot of adverts, and I see Wix in between on YouTube.
Yes,
adverts
yes,
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wix. So talk to us about Wix.
Okay, Wix is a free platform for building websites. Great website. You can add videos as a background, animation. Awesome. Wix is very good. So as a small business out there, you can use Wix.
How
build a
easy is it to
website.
use on a scale of 1 to 10? How easy is it? Like 10 being very hard.
Okay.
How easy is it? Let's
Three.
scale 3.
3, yes. Very, very easy. It's just a drag and drop system.
Drag and drop, right?
You don't need to know any skill about coding.
Can
You're
you
fine.
build sites that are commercially viable, like that have the commerce, you know?
Yes.
You
with
can,
Wix,
so
yes.
you can build sites like that. Well, then if you can add that, that's a good tool.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Wix. All right.
There's also Google just launched a new product called Google Sites, sites.google. So it's something also very interesting. You can build a website, but you can build it with a mobile. You build it with a system, a desktop.
Okay, with the desktop.
Yep, and
Okay.
it's also very great.
Can Wix work on mobile?
Yes, it can.
So
Yes,
Wix can
build
work on
Wix.
mobile.
Yes,
That's
yes.
above Google side.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
So which
okay,
other
so
one?
Google My Business is something we all know. Google My Business, and it's making sense. Google My Business. Yep. It's sites
So
can be
this-
on Google Maps,
Okay.
on Google Location, and some other stuff.
All right, cool. All right, so for these 3 are for websites. Wix,
Website, yes.
Google Sites, and Google My Business.
Yep. So
for building websites.
Yes, so as a small business, you can get to use this thing very, very fast. In less than 1 day, you're good.
But you have to
good
register the
website.
domain name first of all, right?
Yes, okay. Actually, they offer a free domain name, but it's going to come with that extension, like www.wix.yourname. But if you want to still go ahead to buy a domain name, you're fine with that.
Oh, wonderful. I like that. I like that. All right, that's cool. Okay, so let's
Okay, so
move to the next one.
Let's move to video.
Videos, yeah.
So we have InShot. I use InShot a lot. InShot is very good in videos.
Okay.
So you shoot videos, you edit videos. As a matter of fact, I attend weddings. So what I do basically is they pay me some money. I quickly, with my phone, shoot a video of the very important parts in the wedding. And quick, before the end of the wedding, they have that video. Just imagine you doing your wedding on a Saturday, and before the end of that Saturday, your video is on Instagram. That's very quick. So
that
in
video
short,
you're talking about, in short, is it an editing tool?
Yes, an editing tool. Yes, very with amazing features. You can also get to do what is on the video. You can write it down.
So, and you can use it on mobile?
Yes, it's on mobile. It's an app. Yes, InShot is an app. Yes, okay. I use it a lot. Okay. So we also have Quick. Quick is also amazing video editing tool. Okay. Yeah. We also have video watermark. So what that does is you branding your video. So when I produce videos online, I add my logo to it. Okay. Video watermark, yep.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. I wish we could go on. We'll continue next week. What we've done for website and we've done for videos. Okay. We still have a lot more to go. We'll continue next week. We'll be able to show them. We'll see if we can do a little bit of practical stuff, but we'll continue next week. Okay. I love the tools now. So, hey, come on. If you're building websites, if you want to edit videos, you can have all of that on these two we've spoken about. Yeah. We'll continue next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
It was great having you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, don't go nowhere. Hold on. No, you don't need to. All right, the first hour of the show is done. Don't go nowhere. We'll return with the second hour. Have you ever thought about changing the world? Have you ever?
Well, actually, yes.
Okay, now
quite a few times.
There are many things that can change the world. One of the easiest that I know is a smile.
Aww.
Starting from yourself, right? You could be making a difference in the life of just one person, and if you can affect one, you can affect the world.
Yes, very, very true, actually. And that's what we try to do every morning. We try to smile our way into your hearts and give you love times 100. Now, every single morning, we're here for you from 6 a.m. all the way till about 9. My name is Titilayo Onyinson.
I am Mike Mesikeno. You can catch us on live stream on our website. It is tvcontinental.tv. On Facebook, it's at TVC Connect. We're also streaming live on Facebook. If you want to connect with us, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC for dropping comments.
Now, the app is also available for download. You need this app, trust me, you do. Android, iOS, doesn't matter the device you use, just download it and watch us from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world?
With data.
Data is the internet. Yeah, internet has to be there. You can have data and then
or Wi-Fi. Sometimes they call it Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
All right. Okay, so you know how we do it. You know how we do it. The backbone, the CNS of the show is the kitchen. Hello, Mary. Can you tell us what we have in the kitchen this morning?
We have Amara first. You see, you put the food in my mouth already.
Mary, Mike, you just rushed to the food.
Mike, you said, what do we have in the kitchen this morning? You did not say who. Okay, so we have Amara, Chef Amara in the kitchen this morning, and she will be making us breakfast. I can't wait to see our version of pancakes.
Wonderful.
And sausages as well.
I see eggs there. Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Is that salt or sugar?
That's sugar and flour.
At times, it's hard to know the difference. Salt from afar. They look the same.
The only time you won't know the difference is when you are 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
No, I mean,
and then you cook vegetable soup with sugar, as my sister once did. I won't tell you which.
Oh, wow. So something tasty will be happening in the kitchen. Yes, we're getting set for that. Thank you to the new chef for showing up today. We also have much more. Orwell Nyehowo is popularly known as Jazzy Jones. Now he is going to light up our set with another musical performance.
Our book chat today will feature the author of the book High School to Higher Institution, Kazeem Olanikbekun. Quite interesting one there, I see. Isn't that girl too young to be going to
high school to higher institutions? Very interesting. Now, it's all about the music and more music. Third musical performance for the day is with singer-songwriter, dancehall, Afropop singer Slipknot.
Sleepy. Well, talking about good love, an artist would always get good love from the ladies. Well, when she's a lady, what do you expect? Wonderful and amazing works. AK is going to be here on Arts Display to talk to us about what she does.
Yes, so You can't wait to, wow. You can't
And
wait to
our
see.
final guest on the show today is the tallest man in Nigeria, Afeez Agoro, the giant. We don't need to say more about this. Just watch
Literally.
this. Just watch that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I wonder how tall the man beside him is.
Well, he is 7'4".
Wow.
Yeah. So
Well, you know,
that's a lot of beans and eggs.
No, not really. Not really.
Of course, I'm kidding.
Now,
you're not kidding,
you
no.
don't have to
I'm
be...
kidding. What?
Beans used to help now.
Beans.
All of you that did not like beans when we were growing up. It's what is causing people.
See who
Wow.
is talking as if he's very tall.
If I did not
how
eat
much
beans, do you know where I would have been? See,
Okay, you needed it.
when your children are grown up, give them beans, so it's the best we have here. What do you want to tell you? Give them akpu and amala and semo and all those things. So you'll be good.
You'll be reducing your height.
Okay,
See,
guys, what I wanted to say
best.
earlier was like, you don't have to be so tall to achieve great things. And today we are celebrating one of the greatest men in history. Today is Nelson Mandela Day. He was born July 18th, and it's been made International Mandela Day. So all over the world is Nelson Mandela Day.
Oh.
But of course, we
For
have
those
to
of you who don't know who Nelson Mandela is,
You
there are quite a few
don't need to
people.
know. Don't need to know. If you don't know, don't worry.
Just go.
So after all that workouts, what better compensation than correct breakfast, right? And that's what we give you right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome to the kitchen, and I've got Chef Amara in the studio with me. Okay, great. So Chef Amara, what are you making this morning?
Making pancakes.
Pancakes?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. What are we making use of? Flour, obviously.
Flour, yes.
Okay, what else?
Sugar.
What else?
Milk.
Milk, okay.
Eggs.
Eggs, okay.
Then salt to taste.
Oh wow! So you literally usually put all the ingredients together and then
yes.
whisk.
Whisk and
You know, everyone has their styles of doing this. Some people would put some other things first, but you prefer putting
then I
everything
put all
together.
the dry ingredients together, then whisk, mix it, and
Okay.
begin to fry.
Okay. So are you putting in margarine or something?
No.
Okay. So you're leaving it this way.
Yes, just
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So water, and then we keep stirring. Then we fry, Abby.
Sure.
Okay, so we have other ingredients on the table. We still have more eggs. We have sausages. What are we making use of them for?
Okay, these fried sausages.
Okay, fried
These
sausages.
fried sausages, and this is egg because we're going to make scrambled egg.
Okay.
So this is vegetables for the scrambled eggs.
Okay, so we have fried sausages here,
yes,
and raw sausages here,
yes.
salt to taste, milk, and the vegetables we're going to be using for frying the egg. And then, oh wow. Okay, and then of course we have oil. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, this looks creamy and yummy.
Creamy and yummy.
Woo! I feel like carrying it and drinking it all up right now. Not bothering to fry. Okay, so that sprays the oil in, right?
Yes, this is a spray oil.
So you just put in a bit of it. Best for pancakes because you can't use oil. So there's a technique I use.
Okay. So
I'll
how do you
pour
do
in the
yours?
oil. I
And
have a
then
bowl
remove-
by the side.
okay.
So I
just stir it and then
turn it like
yeah.
just shake my
Yeah, it can also
pan
do
and
the
then
same,
pour
pour
it.
it
You can do
away.
the same, see?
Yes.
So you do a bit like that, then shake it, then pour the oil.
Pour it back in a plate.
Yes. Then you use it little by little. That's gradually. Yes. So that's actually the scope I use, because one doesn't have time to be doing this spray thing. We'll leave that for the professionals. Oh, so frying starts immediately. This is your pancake. Oh, makes sense. So
very fast.
No waste of time. Like mix everything together. This is what we call real workerman's pancakes. When you're rushing out of the house in the morning and then you need to have breakfast. Fantastic. All right, then we'll be taking a break. I need you to stay with us. Wake Up Nigeria continues right after.
See you.
High school to higher institution, a roadmap to Understanding Your Career Choice by Kazeem Olaonikpekun, who is a seasoned entrepreneur with great passion for human capital development. Now, he's the author of this particular book, and it's been a while I read a book this size. I think it does have its own unique value. It makes me want to read it because, okay, it's small and I can finish it. I like the idea behind this. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, this is more or less like something as one can use as a roadmap or rites of passage from high school to university.
Right.
What was the idea? What did you plan to achieve by writing this book?
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. The first thing is, this particular book was birthed out of my own personal experience.
Okay.
And a lot of experience, you know, from a lot of my friends.
Okay.
From the things we went through in going through secondary school into university. So there's a lot of challenges. So the whole idea of this book basically is to help these young guys, you know, these teenagers, be able to read and have an idea of what to expect in the future and prepare them for those things so that by the time they begin to witness those things, you know, they have an idea of this is the best way and these are the things to do to get out.
Great. Let's get straight
situation.
into it. 6 chapters, wonderful book. The first chapter, What is Your Flair?
Right.
What's that about?
Okay, basically it just talks about what is it that what is it that naturally comes to you? You know, what is it that you find very easy to do? What is that thing that does not, you know, take you out of your, you know, comfort zone? You know, it helps you to understand that, okay, gives them a chance to begin to think, okay, what is it that I can, what do I like doing? What do people talk about? What do people say that I do the best? What are the things that comes to me naturally and easy? Getting them to be able to begin to think about it and then say, okay, you know what, I like this, I like this, I like this. So the thought and that awareness to anybody helps them understand that, you know what, I think this is something I would like to do, you know, so they're aware of it and then they can begin to build capacity around it.
Wonderful. Now, let's talk about the connection to the second chapter, which says, what is your dream?
Right.
Dream, flair, and all of that. At times there is a connection, at times there isn't.
Right.
But let's talk about the second chapter. What is your dream? How can it, does it have any connection to your flair? Does it have to be related to your flair?
Yes, yes. No, not in all cases, it doesn't have to relate to your flair. Now, if I want to break this down, I talk about this in 2 different areas. I talk about it in terms of strength and interest. You know, so there are things that come to you naturally. You know, those are the things that form your area of strength. But there are things that you're interested in and you have absolutely no skill and nothing about. You know, so those kind of things are the things you then have to build more capacity on. If that's what you're really interested in, then you can be able to give expression to it. The other thing that happens again is that at some point for some people, their strength and their interest intersect.
They align.
For such people, you know, boom, they just go. For some people, their strength goes on to give them, you know, survival, while their interest sets in as a mode of balancing for their lives. For some people, they can give full expression to their strength, and I find ideally another way to give full expression to their interest, and they're making waves in 2 different industries. You know, and they're doing very well.
Everyone is expected to make a career choice or make several career choices during their high school studies, and the reason for these choices is as important as the choices themselves. That is how you start chapter 3.
Yes.
The reason for your choice. Let's talk about that.
So, you know, everybody, now, if you go back to when you were much younger, okay, let me use myself for example now. I remember before I was 5, you know, just a little before I was 5, you asked me who I wanted to be when I grew up. The first thing I was going to say is I wanted to be a superhero. You know, now, when I was a little above 5, where the idea of wanting to become an engineer came from, I have absolutely no idea.
For me, it sounded cool.
Yeah.
And I said it, I want to be an engineer.
Yeah, when I was 10, then I said I was more specific. I wanted to become what? A mechanical engineer.
Same thing, I studied it in school.
You know, so now when I got into the university, I studied something else entirely. Between my last year in secondary school and my university days, I started thinking about something else. You know, so it's only normal to have a lot of kids move from one area of interest to another. So helping them understand, that it's okay to have, you know, different types of dreams, you know, and visions, but how you work on it is what really matters, because when you try it out and you try one out, you try the other one out, you will find those ones that would actually become, you know, become a part of you, and then you love it, and then you want to forge ahead with it.
Good. Now, those choices can make someone seem a bit confused, but like you said, it's okay. But what happens when you feel like no one supports your career, which is the title of your 4th chapter?
Right. So the reason we have that chapter is because we've come to understand that a lot of young people today have dreams. A lot of teenagers today have dreams, visions that most parents or most caregivers are beginning to look at them like, you know what, I knew what, people who tried to do these things when we were much younger. I knew what they went through. I know exactly the state they are right now. I can't afford for you to be that same person. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not interested in this your area of, interest. You have to just focus on being a lawyer or being a doctor or being an engineer. So what this does actually is to help them understand that it's okay. Understand that these parents are the ones paying the bills. Okay. So because we also do not want you to have conflicts with your parents, we then help to advise them to say, see, you know what? Do that thing which your parents have asked you to do, but it is in your own best interest to find a way to now give expression to exactly what you want to do at a later time. Now, and one of the ways to do that is to do excellently well in the things your parents want you to do, and then use that as a bargaining chip when you're being praised.
When you're being praised.
Yeah,
all right, good. Let's round up in the next 20 seconds. Learn to take responsibility and pursuing your dreams. What do you have to say about that? Let's round up in that.
So we also understand that everybody, all these young kids of these days, need to understand that, see, when you go to school, your parents don't come to read for you. When you go to school, nobody's going to write exams for you. Everything that happens when you get into school, once you wake up in the morning, you get dressed yourself, you get into the vehicle yourself, you make your way to the school yourself. Well, maybe if you have a chauffeur, dropping you off. But once you get into the school premises, everything that brings out your result from school is solely your responsibility.
Wonderful.
So once you're able to identify that these are your responsibilities, it has the potential to leap you forward once you know the things you need to do and how you need to do that.
I had fun talking to you about this book. We could spend a very long time, but then, hey, come on, that's it. High school to high institution. It's great to have you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so, Titi does have something for us. Hello, Titi.
It's time for some music. Wake Up Nigeria is all about the music, especially on Thursdays. We have Orwell Inyeho. Now, he's popularly known as Jazzy Jones. He is a singer, songwriter from Delta State, and he's worked with the likes of Wizkid, Orezi, Killer Tunes, and many more. His recent project, Profit, B-O-I-E-P, was released late last month and featured Zlatan Eriga and T-West, rather. Now, it's all about lighting up our set this morning. It's all about him performing his latest track. What's the name of the track?
Ijo.
Ijo?
Yeah.
So I hope this floor is going to be... Are you going to be dancing?
Kind of.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Kind of? So this is Afro pop for you?
Yes, yeah.
And how long have you been doing this now?
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
This one is a hard-working somebody. 8 years in music is not easy.
Yeah.
Staying at it, pushing. All right, so I can't wait to see your performance.
Thank
you.
Ijo.
Yeah. Hopefully the studio is all going to be dancing right now.
Definitely.
Take it away.
Yeah.
All right, so you're welcome again to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Yes, it's all about breakfast. You know, that's when you know that food is coming. Okay, so earlier we made pancakes and we showed you that we had already fried our sausages ready for breakfast. Now we are going to fry our
scrambled eggs.
All right, so Chef Amara, continue with the work while I just put this pancake. Yeah. This batter for the pancake.
Yes.
There we go. Okay. So we're making pancakes and we're about to fry our eggs. So what's in here?
So we have my eggs.
Okay.
Salt.
Okay.
And then curry.
eggs, salt, and curry.
And milk.
And milk.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is one rich scrambled eggs. Curry, milk, and of course salt. I see no seasoning cube. We're doing really healthy stuff this morning.
So I have my vegetable. These bell peppers and onions.
Okay, so vegetables
and
going.
peppers.
Can we put it here so everyone can see? Okay. So we'll do right here. Okay. Okay, great. So we put it. I like the fact that Chef Amara does not have time. She understands that when you're making breakfast, you just want something to go with. On a normal day, we would do the old, stir fry our vegetables. But this is our chef just puts everything together and still manages to pull it off. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're reducing the oil. Okay. And then we fry the eggs. This looks really good. I can't wait to dig in. Yes. Wow. We might as well call these rainbow eggs, if you ask me. So we're having pancakes with sausages and rainbow eggs. I love color in food. Makes it more inviting. Just like yesterday's chef said, we Nigerians, Africans even, we eat with our eyes. So the food has to look appealing.
Yes.
Before we agree to
dig
in
your mouth.
Yes. Okay. So the eggs will cook for how long?
For like 10 minutes so that it will cook well.
Okay, okay, okay. So that's a long time.
Yes.
You have to allow it to, so you cook it on low heat.
Yes, yes.
Okay, for 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to allow our eggs cook. However, if you're just tuning in, you missed Chef Amara's slapdash pancake. And I'll let her describe what I mean by slapdash. How did we come about the pancake batter? What did you do?
So I mixed my flour, all my dry ingredients, flour, salt, milk, egg, then put my water and whisk it.
That was it, oh.
So quick.
I'm sure you were waiting for her to say, oh, she did this. No. She just put the flour, put the sugar,
milk,
put the milk, put the salt. I think you put salt in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I put
the eggs, whisked it, added a bit of water, and that was it.
That is it.
See. So there's no excuse for you to say, I can't make pancakes in the morning. They are too stressful. You will make pancakes tomorrow morning before you head out to work so you can have a nutritious breakfast. Okay? Thank you so much, Chef Amara. So we allow our eggs cook.
For 10 minutes.
Yes, for 10 minutes, as she said. While we join Titi, yes, Titi has something really interesting to share right about now. Titi, what's up?
At this point, I'm interested in those pancakes that you're making.
Luckily for me, I get to have everything.
The whole studio is agog with pancake
the smell
batter.
Of pancakes, right?
Ooh, love it, love it, love it. But today we have something special to talk about, and it's also a special offering from Ren Money, a fintech lending company operating on a microfinance banking license in Lagos, Nigeria. Now we're joined by the sales director of Ren Money, Iyayi Oludakpo, and she is a friend of the house.
Hi.
And she is going to be explaining to us all about Ren Money. So I would love to be one of your customers, but I'm very skeptical. I need you to tell me or convince me about Ren Money.
Okay, so Ren Money is a fintech company focused on lending, but we operate on a microfinance banking license. And if your need is to borrow for a need or an investment, or you have excess money that you would like to earn something on, Ren Money is the place to go to.
Okay.
No hassles, no stress.
I like those words you're using, no hassles, no stress.
I'm not making them up.
Okay, absolutely no hassle, no stress.
Yes.
Okay, so I noted that Ren Money does give out loans, but
yes,
you did mention microfinancing.
Yes.
So meaning that you weren't giving out business loans before now.
Yes.
So you just changed that. Why the change of plans with Ren Money?
Okay, so even when we were given our loans only to salary earners. 32% of applicants were self-employed.
Oh, wow.
And we all know that the way to grow, the economy is to support this segment. So that's why we know that there's a demand out there. So dealing and creating that product called the micro business loan was to support that segment, and with all the whole financial inclusion going on. I mean, if nobody's attending to them, there is no way we will really grow as an economy or as a country.
So, the big banks, I'm going to say, the big banks all have their criteria, requirements for allowing people to take loans. Yes. So if I go to one of those big banks now, I'm like, these people go make me feel formal. Ew. But you did say no hassles, no stress.
No stress.
So what are the requirements I need for a rent money loan?
All you need is a 6 months bank statement. We need a valid form of identification. And you just basically fill a one-page form. Or, I mean, it's just pretty straightforward. The reason why we need these things is so that we can ascertain your income, what you can afford and conveniently pay back. And the IDs and proof of address is just something to let us know that, hey, you're real and you're in Nigeria.
Okay, you're actually a Nigerian.
Exactly.
I like to put that way. But I have to ask, I'm not really a big fan of going inside the bank. Usually if I'm using a big bank, I might have to go into the banking hall. Please tell me it's not a necessity with rent money.
No, it's not a necessity. Or yes, it's not a necessity. To apply for a rent money loan, depending on where you are and what is most convenient for you, you can just go online, www.rentmoney.com, and apply for your loan right there. Or walk into any of our branches if it's close by to where you stay. We have one at Ikota, we have one in Ikeja, Okbebi, we have another at the head office, which is Awolowo Road, Ikoyi, Marina as well, and Surulere. So, and the important thing is, because we understand that need, people want to be served at their convenience. We have mobile service centers that move around Lagos. They're in different places every single week. So we try to come as close to you as possible. So anyway, just watch out for our mobile kiosks, walk in and apply for a loan.
All right. So it's sounding very, very sweet so far. Very sweet, and I'm feeling very happy. I'm feeling gingered. But are there some factors you actually put into consideration before approving these loans? Because, I guess we try to make you feel like anybody can get a loan, but there are probably some who can't.
Yes.
So what are those factors that you consider?
So like I said, one of the most important things that we need to consider is your affordability. Everybody, if I ask you how much you want today, you could say you need 10 million. You say it's 5, some say it's 1 million. But it's about what can you afford to pay back. So that's why in the documents that we require, that's one of the things we look out for. We look at your affordability, we look at your credit history. You might have done business with someone before. That speaks a lot about you. And yeah, that's basically it. We just want to be comfortable that, you will pay back the money you've lent.
Okay, so the truth is, a lot of people have been against loans, especially in a place like Nigeria. But as someone in the media, I know that loans probably run the entire world by now. They run governments, etc., etc. But culturally speaking, how has rent money been able to address, the whole stigma around taking loans?
So penetrating into the Nigerian market with loans was a bit difficult, but the reality is that irrespective of your culture, irrespective of where you're coming from, everybody understands that when you have a need, you want to meet the need. So for us, it was all about making you believe and understand that we can meet your need. Most people, and I know that there are lots of teachers, and I'm not against saving. We do have savings products. You save to own something. The value of money is time. So what 1 million can do for you today, that won't be the case, let's say, in a year's time. So it's important to understand that if I need to buy something today and I cannot afford it, why not take a loan and pay back? So that's like you're just paying to own as against savings to own. So it's just
I like the way you put it. So instead of saving to own, you pay to own.
Yeah, you own, then you pay.
You own it and then pay for it. Okay, okay. All right, so I know that there are very funny, odd things that people take loans for. You know, I would really love to know one of the funniest things you ever heard someone say they wanted to take a loan for.
Well, I think Nigerians can be very discreet about the reasons. So, I mean, most people know you can't come to us and say you want to take a loan to get a second wife or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, you could get a loan for anything. School fees.
A washing machine?
Well, that's rent and fit in your house. Yeah, sure, anything.
So house rent, school fees.
House rent, school fees.
Those are the most common things that
Those are the most common things, yes. House rent, school fees, some urgent needs that comes up. Yeah, those are the most common things.
All right then. Now I'm really interested in finding out more. Please tell me there's the website one more time. What's the website?
www.remmoney.com.
Very simple.
Very simple. Remmoney.com.
And your branches one more time? Where
we have one at Tukwebi.
Okay.
One at Surulere Adeniro Gusoya, one at Marina, and head office, which is Koya Wolowo Road, and the last one at Ikota Shopping Complex.
One final question. Once I've done the application, how quickly does the money hit my account?
Our promise is 24 hours after receipt of complete documentation. So if you contact us and you give us your bank statement immediately, or you go on our website, upload everything we ask for, that day you will get an alert.
Wow.
If you qualify.
If you qualify. I like that. I like that. I like that. So I've a lot of the worries I had, you know, they've been dissipated, so to speak. But there is quite a lot that people can read once you go to the website. One more time, www.renmoney.com. Really interesting. Thank you so much, Yai,
Thank you.
for coming to talk to us today. And hopefully we'll be seeing you again soon.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So we have to wrap up the second hour of the show. Wake Up Nigeria continues after this. Hello and wakey, wakey. If you're still in bed, hey, you might have missed quite a bit, but don't fret. We still have about 45 minutes coming up right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
And now for those of you who have been with us so far, you know we've had quite a good time. There's still more to come.
It's still the #1 breakfast show in Nigeria. Trust us, we know. We do. Titi Layo Oyinson is my name.
Mike Mesakeno is mine. You can also stream live with us on our website, tvcontinental.tv. Facebook is at TVC Connect, and you can comment and also interact with us with the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Honestly, it's all about the apps these days. Our app is one of the sweetest you could ever own. Please download it. It's available online on the Android and iOS stores. Please, please, please. Watch us from anywhere in the world where you have access to internet, right there on your mobile devices. Don't waste any more time, people. Download it now.
All right.
Titi says so.
Okay, we have music coming up. Another performance, singer-songwriter, dance hall, and Afro-pop singer Slipknot will be giving us a performance. And then joining us to show us her amazing artworks is Amazing AK on our art display segment.
Yes, indeed. And our final guest on the show today is the tallest man in Nigeria, Hafiz Agoro, the giant.
Nice. Wow. Wow. That's so hype.
I wanted to, congratulate Amber and Ruby on their graduation today. Amber and Ruby are graduating from nursery school and entering primary school.
Nice,
Wonderful.
nice. That's awesome.
I have graduates. You know, it's interesting.
Because it used to be the major one used to be secondary, but I feel that every level of achievement should be celebrated.
Yes, sir.
You should have a mindset of I've crossed one level to another, and that is what a ceremony like that does. Even for those that want graduation from creche.
Yeah, to nursery.
To nursery. Do they do that?
Well, some parents do.
Very soon it will happen. So, there's always that thing. I'm serious, man.
But that stuff is actually very good for a child's mental health. Because the child feels like I'm making advancement to another level. And so it's encouraging for the child as well.
Yeah. But, when the school starts to ask for all sorts of levies and...
you have to pay. You pay graduation fee,
graduation gown, pay for
then you have to buy certain clothes.
And then they give you dress code. I'm like,
yes,
wow.
Now, in my daughter's school, you have to wear a purple dress.
Hey,
like the kids, purple gown.
For the kids.
For the kids, purple gown. The boys are seated up.
Don't they give
it's
them
the
a
older
gown?
ones that wear
Don't they give them a gown?
So
you wear it on the gown.
You wear a graduation gown on the
because
gown.
people wear they wear different clothes for their children. So for the uniform, they'll tell you a purple ball gown.
Yes, so
So
our color is a fuchsia pink.
Ours is purple.
It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go take pictures and videos.
I saw this particular video about colors. Somebody says cockroach brown.
Cockroach brown.
WhatsApp green.
Really?
Facebook
this
blue.
reminded me of something, Titi. So one day, my man came to pick me from work.
Okay.
So we're walking to the car park, and then he just said, "Oh, that car looks like teal."
Teal.
I looked at him, I was like, wow, you know colors. And then he was like, you mentioned different kind of colors. And I was like, okay, tell me the colors you know. He went peach, teal, and I was like, I've had some influence on you, babe.
So it's interesting that some colors we always just called the simple basic color, red, yellow, blue. Now blue is no longer just blue, it's cyan. It's like,
I wanted to see his expression.
It's like pastel green, like coffee brown.
Just use the color grade, RGB, YGR, RGB 011522, so that we know where it is.
What's this color?
That's cyan.
Cyan.
That's cyan.
What is that color?
This, I have no idea. I really have no clue.
Okay.
But it's yellowish.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
But I love what Ibrahim has on. That's a peachy kind of pink.
Just like black.
Just like you said yesterday, what color was the suit I was wearing? Then I forgot it was cotton brown. Then you said it looked different.
It looked like camel
on
brown
television.
on TV, yes. Yes, there's a camel brown.
Do you think it's camel brown or leopard brown? All right, straight on to the news. The Senate has confirmed the appointment of Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammed as the substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. This paves the way for him to be sworn in by President Muhammad Buhari. During the screening process, federal lawmakers questioned Justice Mohammed on various subjects relating to the independence of the judiciary, financial autonomy, corruption, establishment of special courts for corruption trial, and respect for court rulings. The new CJN is also asking for stronger support from the executive and legislative arms of government. Justice Mohammed has been acting as a CJN since January 25th this year, following the suspension of former CJN, Walter Nohen, based on an order of the Code of Conduct Tribunal. And the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives held talks with President Muhammad Buhari at the presidential villa. At the end of the closed-door meeting, Ahmed Lawan told journalists that matters discussed were in the interest of Nigeria and to ensure the economy performs better. Femi Gbajabiamila spoke on the crises in the Edo and Bauchi State Houses of Assembly and the intervention of the National Assembly to uphold the rule of law. Heads of African security and intelligence services are in Abuja for a conference on illicit financial outflows and its impact on security and development. The conference will see the head of Nigeria's National Intelligence Agency assume the leadership role of the 52-member committee.
You're welcome again. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for us to talk art. Now, on today's art display is Amazing AK. Amazing is a lawyer and a fantastic artist. Let's find out more about our artistic side, though, not the judiciary side. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, very well. You know, in art class, which is usually from secondary school anyway, everyone is grouped together. The lawyer, the future artist, and everything. So, was it from there you honed your skills? Like you got to know, okay, I might want to be a lawyer, but I also like to paint. Is that where it started?
No, I actually didn't do fine arts. This was just from my talent. Yes, I didn't learn it anywhere.
Wait, you didn't do fine arts?
No, I didn't. I didn't take the course.
You didn't take the course at all?
No.
So all of these things we're seeing were things that you discovered on your own?
Yes.
At what point did you make this discovery? Not in secondary school?
Not in secondary school. It was my 100 level when I was 15, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was when you discovered you could paint?
Yeah, that was when I discovered, although some of my friends told me that I used to draw when I was in secondary school, but I don't recall that.
You don't even recall it? That's very strange. So when you found out you could paint, what were you doing exactly that, you know, sometimes it could be maybe you're writing and then you find out, oh, I'm such a good writer. What exactly were you doing at that point when you found out you could paint?
I think I was at the point where I really didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I felt like I was in a box.
Okay.
Tied up, yeah. I was in 100 level then, and law had to do with me just receiving and receiving and receiving and receiving.
You felt like you needed an outlet.
Yes, I needed something to express myself. So I was always locked up in this cage I needed to, break through. So one time I went home and everything was just same, going here and there. I wasn't really sure. And then I picked up paper and the pencil. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. Then I saw a picture of a man. And I was like, okay, I could see more than just the man there. I could see the shadings and everything. So I tried.
You could see the shadings.
Yeah.
You had no interest in fine art, but you could see the shadings.
But I could see it. So I started drawing it. Well, long story cut short, it did not look like the man, but it turned out to be a really beautiful man.
Oh, wow.
So I put it on the wall, and my mom came in, and she was like, oh, my God, my daughter can draw.
Aww.
Then she carried it. Well, that was when I knew that I could draw with pencil.
Oh,
yes.
So it started with pencil.
Yes.
So then it advanced to paintings as well, getting the right colors, fixing it in correctly. Oh, wow. Tell me about these paintings. What does this represent?
Well, this one, basically culture.
Culture?
Yeah, it has no title, but, culture, the beads, the, what do you call this?
Okay, so this is a god, and this is what Yorubas call shekere.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not Yoruba.
And then this is
the materials.
Okay.
This is like a color nut. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh wow, that's lovely. Really. What about that? Was it a direct visual representation of something?
No, it was just from my mind.
This was abstract.
Yeah.
So if this happens to be you, somebody has thought you up in their minds and drawn you up already. But this is lovely. It looks so real, like you actually had a photo of the person.
No.
So what kind of paintings do you do?
Basically abstract paintings.
But these aren't abstract.
No, they're not. Recently, like this year, I have just been making normal paintings that people can look at and see what's
okay. Okay.
Like all of these ones.
Oh, I would have thought you would have brought the abstract, since that's where your more like your specialization is.
Well, but you can check it out on Instagram. Yes, my Instagram page, amazing_G1, and then arts.amazing_Ugochinyere.
Okay, so amazing. You make amazing art. I see that. I see this. What does this represent? Because the time I saw something similar to this, it was talk about silencing people who have, suffered domestic violence. But I have a feeling that this refers to something else in your mind.
It does.
What does this refer to?
Basically vanity.
Vanity.
Beauty, perfection, pain, vulnerability, everything just goes away one day.
One day, and then you're left bare, literally.
Yeah.
So now she's bare, and you're facing the reality of life.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. What does that one represent?
Oh, this is about Nigeria.
What about Nigeria? Tell me
Everything about Nigeria.
Okay.
About how politicians, or people, not basically politicians, but people who are in influential positions, how they just take things, the resources, and then just go away while people are crying, moving on. People basically, there's like hope for Nigeria. There's a way for things to turn around and become better, but nobody really is looking at it. So if you look at the picture, you will see that there's a part of it that is greenish and has like the sunset. Yes. So nobody's really looking at that part because nobody wants to see. Nobody is
Everybody's
even
focusing on the negatives more.
And then we're all like in a desolate land where nothing is moving. Everything is just dull. Nobody really wants to. Nobody is seeing the hope. Yes. So this is where we are now, and it basically talks about a future if people would change. And the picture also shows about people praying, someone praying, basically to people like a Muslim and then a Christian praying, yeah. Basically, most Nigerians just pray and pray and pray without actually putting efforts into a lot of things.
Looking at the green land. We let other people come see the green land for us.
So recently people have started, like, you know, on social media, being activists for one thing or another. It starts there. Basically everything, the change starts with everybody and not just looking at someone up there to help you do something.
Wow, this is beautiful. I love it. I also love what it represents. Wow, amazing. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I've had an amazing time, literally.
Me too.
This is really lovely. Well done.
Thank you.
Hopefully I'll see you at different exhibitions and get to celebrate Greater You in future.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, then we're moving on. We have another performance for you this morning, and Titi is on standby with that.
It's time for some more music. We have singer, songwriter, dancehall, and Afro-pop singer Slipknot. His real name is Uduak Ime. He's worked with different music producers and is also a multiple award winner. Nominated by Star Niger Awards under Next Rated. Hey, goodness me. See Wikipedia page. What's going down?
Everything's soft, everything cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
All right, great. So what's the name of the track you're performing?
Falling.
Falling.
Yeah.
All right. So is this like a fall in love?
Yeah, it's
or fall out of love?
No. Love is a main thing. So fall in love thing.
In love, yeah. Okay. All right. Hopefully we're gonna fall in love with your performance right now.
We're gonna fall in love with everything.
Let me step away and let you do your thing.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm falling in love with a broken heart. I'm falling in love. I don't go do I'm again. I'm falling in love with a broken heart. I'm falling.
Afeez Agoro is currently recognized as the tallest man in Nigeria. He's also an actor and a reality TV show star. And today, we have a whole lot I want to talk to you about. It's great to have you, sir. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. So I just asked you earlier before we came on air, you must have done so many interviews.
So much interviews, so much more.
Okay, and obviously, you are someone that a lot of people will be looking at, staring at every day, all day. Do you ever get used to that?
Yeah, definitely. Before I was growing up, I feel shy about the height. But when people start coming around me, I will start appreciating the height, you know? They come to me to take pictures. They come to me to make movies, videos, short skits.
So at what point did you start getting taller than the average person in maybe your age cadre or something?
Actually, I was not one of the tallest guys in secondary school days.
Okay.
Yes, I was not one of them. And when we finished secondary school, back in the middle 90s, I started growing tall.
After secondary school?
After secondary school. I started, when I get sick, I grow tall.
When you get sick, you grow tall?
Yeah, that is how the eyes started coming up. So some of my classmates that saw me 5 years after was, wow, I go, what did you go and eat? Man.
So is it related to a medical condition? Because you said when you get sick, that's when you get tall.
Probably.
Why so?
Probably. Yeah, if you check it, when I went to some hospital here in Nigeria, they never detected anything wrong with me.
Okay.
Until when I got to America, they tested me and detect that I got over secretion of a certain hormone called gigantism.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So was there, so what, after the detection, what's the diagnosis? Was there anything they told you you could do or anything?
Actually, then I've overgrown the height.
The height, okay.
Growing up. There's nothing, they could have stopped it earlier on if they had detected
it much
at
earlier.
an early stage.
I understand you.
Wow. So when I got there, they couldn't do anything to it rather than, give me some drugs and to stabilize the system.
Okay, so I said now,
no more growing.
No more growing.
No more growing. You've heard that question a few times, if you're still growing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are probably wondering what sort of things you can do in your spare time because of your height. You can't really do the kind of recreation that other average people do.
Definitely. I do play snooker.
Okay.
I love watching movies a lot.
Okay.
And some musicals. So that's what I do for my spare time.
And there must be some disadvantages to,
Definitely, with a height like this, if you're 7 feet, you are considered as a giant. So most 7-feeters, their problem is their legs.
True.
Okay. Yes, when you're growing up, when you're above 40, man, it's not easy. The legs start getting crumbling.
So what are the challenges? So okay, so your legs and all of that. What exactly do you have to deal with daily when it comes to the legs?
There's nothing I do with it. It's nature.
Okay, so what I mean is that what do you feel? What are the conditions?
There's pains. You feel pains along your legs.
Like rheumatism or arthritis?
Rheumatism, arthritis, bone. Our bone is so large.
Yeah, true.
And probably cannot carry the upper body. So you have to go on a regular exercising, which I do sometimes. It's not easy, my brother. So,
what about your diet? What sort of diet does Agoro like?
My sister, I will not lie to you, this is Nigeria. We eat anything that comes our way. It's only when you're there in abroad that you can choose your meal.
So do you eat more than the average person?
Nah, I don't eat much. It's not like before. I don't eat much now.
Okay. Okay, before you probably...
Man, yeah, I eat so big. But now, I have to be reducing because I have to carry my weight.
But you look like someone that likes to have fun. I know you look like someone that likes to have fun, to have a laugh. What do you do for fun?
Yeah.
You mentioned like snooker, you said you watch movies.
Snooker, yes. I go for a comedy show,
Oh, wow.
They invite me to events, special appearances.
Wow.
That is when that is how I catch my fun.
The movies you've been in, I know you've been in some movie productions. Let's talk about some of them.
Yeah, like Warrior Connection, for example.
Okay, what role did you play? Tell us about the movie.
Actually, Basoj sent a short guy, a dwarf, to go and buy drinks for him. So when he was going, the guy saw me on the road and asked me, I beg, where did they sell mineral for drinks for here? Beer, probably beer. So I said, well, what do you mean? Say everything. Just along the way, I slapped him, collected the money. So he went back to call Basoj.
Did you carry him up? Carry him up to slap.
He went back to call Basoj. When Basoj came, Basoj never knew that I'm that kind
tall person.
Okay.
So when I stood up, Basoj was saying, "Are you really sure that this is the man that collected your money?" I'm not sure because it's like you are doing mistake.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right, so but look, I know, yes, now you also have a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us a bit about that show?
It's on Linda Ikeji.
Okay, tell us a bit about the show.
Linda Ikeji.
Well, what does the show cover? What's it about?
She's actually doing my biography, my life biography.
Okay.
The way I write from my primary school days to my secondary school days, to how I go tall to this current stage. Yeah.
So I've been thinking about what happens next. For a man of your age, you're over 40, I believe. Yes, a man of your age, the next thing to think about is marriage.
Yeah. I have a loved one now.
Okay.
We are planning to do something very soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Very
What's your official height, by the way?
I'm 7'4".
7'4".
7'4".
Now that's quite.
But have you
how tall
had?
is she?
Oh, okay.
How tall is she?
She's about 5'11".
5'11".
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Average height.
Have you ever been thinking about, your kids, whether they would take on this condition? Have you thought about
that? That is left to God. Yeah, it's God that can, tell you your kids will be dwarf or your kid will be giant. That is left to God.
All right, so moving forward, I know you're into entertainment and all of that. Is there any other thing you would like to do apart from entertainment, or is it going to be just entertainment?
Actually, I wanted to open my NGO, but the current situation in Nigeria is not making me to. By educating tall people that are growing up that have a similar condition I have, to educate them, probably to sponsor some for medical checkup and medical treatment abroad.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Wonderful.
And
Thank you very
hopefully
much.
someone is listening right now who can help be a part of that, because I think it's a very important thing you're doing.
Very much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
I would like to invite you to the kitchen with
No
us.
problem.
To come on now.
Yeah.
Can you join us, please? Let's have something here.
Okay, so we just wanted to see your full height here. Yes, please take a walk with us.
Let's go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know whether the stool is going to be strong enough to hold you now.
Let me just manage it.
We should manage? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think
okay, it's beautiful.
All right, so you're welcome to the kitchen,
Thank you very much.
Hafiza Guru. Today's chef is Chef Amara.
How you doing?
And she made us breakfast of pancakes, eggs, sausages. Tell us about your breakfast.
So this is pancake. That is.
Okay, let's hand it over. She's feeling overwhelmed with you.
You can try.
But the plate looks very small compared to you now. I don't know. We should have used a bigger plate, I think.
Okay, so just try. Let's go. Try.
All right.
Yeah. I'm sure you'd love it.
All right. Please do. Please tell us
what
what you
Chef
think.
Amara did was she did a slapdash dish of the pancakes. She mixed all the ingredients together without wasting time. Great stuff for breakfast when you're in a hurry.
Thank you.
Good. You like?
Thank you. You enjoyed it. All right. A big shout out to homie Angie for the kitchen accessories. Thank you for always coming through for us.
And a big thank you to all our guests today.
For coming
it's been
through
a
today.
Fantastic show.
Tomorrow,
so
Friday,
much.
our Friday show. You don't want to miss it. We'll round up the week that way.
Yes,
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye. Thank you, Chef Amara. Thank you.